Hey, I'm ElusiveKev, Mr. Khan. Are you ready to feel alive as the weekly sprint returns? Your not so weekly dose of online chaos returns for a 10 episode run before I say goodbye to it forever on this channel. This is a series, an old school series for me. This is the kind of videos I made when I began this channel, but now this year I'm taking the channel in a different direction, hopefully, and so this series kind of doesn't fit in, but I want to say goodbye to it and end it on like 50 episodes. I feel like it's a good mark to end it. And you may see like GTA races, MotoGP, maybe even F1 races. But we're beginning with MX versus ATV Alive as we're on the MX bikes around this Palms 45 National Circuit. As we are starting on the outside, revving the engine for this 5-lap race as it begins. Oh, we got a good start, but will we get a whole shot approaching the first corner? It doesn't look like we will, as we're taking a very wide line into the left-hander, virtually touching the advertising hoardings, but in third place as going to the right. And now we've got a series of jumps as we're trying to keep a good rhythm over these jumps and not land on somebody's head. I think that's a bit frowned upon, especially in real life, but we're holding third place. We've got a bit nudged wide there by second place. A bit of retribution for us, kind of knocking his ride unconscious, I think, after that jump as we go to the big jump of this lap, trying to whip it good over it, but we land on the back wheel, lose loads of momentum as we had to save the bike there, leaning back on our right analog stick there, but we managed to hold on to third place, and this time we've got a 3-horse at the front, coming to the end of this first lap, looking down the inside of second as he's going all over the place. We've got a good rhythm there through the final complex of corners, now through the final jump, and we're reading. Oh, my guy really likes that though, as we whip it good onto the second lap. Looks like first lost loads of momentum on his landing, as we did a bit of a Hakkinen Schumacher moment there from Belgium 2000. Our front two guys as we take the lead into the right hand, and it's like we're holding on now. Going to defend hard. He might come for retribution. He's landing on our head, not quite, but through the left hand. Oh, we ripped it too good, and we got pushed wide in to third place. As you can see, this is kind of my early online experiences in this game. Not very good riding at the moment. I believe this was a free game on the 360 like a year ago, so you know, this is quite old footage. I'm a bit better at the game now, as we had a bit of a nudge back at second place, but he lost it on that jump as he had a bad landing again, and first went on vacation in it, like, as we take first place once again, approaching this final complex of corners, through the left, through the right, through the left, and it's so easy to mess up your rhythm there, as shown by me hitting the tyres there. But through the final jump, we're not really, and this time he's gone to the third lap, leading this race by about a couple of seconds. And look at that, really, again, as I said, I'm not very good at this game at this point in time. I've actually played the game a lot, so I haven't played it in ages now, but you can see lots of reeing, too much whipping it through the corners, and you know, going off track, hitting poles. Not the best riding you will ever see in this game, as we drop to second place now, and our 2-second cushion at the front is now a 2-second deficit. Almost 4 seconds now, looking at the top left, but we retain second place. Where is third? He's dropped back quite a bit. Maybe he's still struggling with his landings, that rider, as we go into the big jump again. We're not whipping it good, we're not scrubbing the speed, we're not scrubbing the air time there. We just want to land on our bike safe and sound and carry the momentum through those kind of ruts there, through the jumps, and now trying to whip it good through the left hander. We ripped it too much again, as you saw, as we go on to the penultimate lap of this race, losing loads of rhythm even in that final section, but we're still at a similar distance behind first, and that was a good rip over that massive jump which begins this penultimate lap of the race. So taking our first lap line there, whipped it too good though on the exit. We're going to be pushing hard to catch first place. This is quite a tall task to win this, but you know, we're going to push hard. So it's a bit of a breather lap now. We can talk about MX vs ATV Alive, released in 2011, developed by Rainbow Studio, developed all of the MX vs ATV games, and it was the last game published by THQ before they famously went bankrupt in 2012. And this is a game that I thought I wouldn't actually like that much, and to be fair, it is quite light on the content. It's not really any single player to write home about. Free mode I don't really gonna enjoy. The bread and butter of this game is the online mode that you are seeing. This is kind of the only thing worth playing in this game. He captured first place by buckets on that map, approaching the final lap with less than a second behind now. And as you will see in this race, I do really enjoy the online. I did really enjoy the online, but as I said, there's not much else in the game. That's why I can't really rate that game highly, but online is quite enjoyable. I kind of like the arcade, you know, handling. You know, in the end I got used to it. It is quite fun, but as we approach the final half of this final after race, you know, it was an alright game, I would say, in the end. Not as good as MX vs ATV Reflex, which is the previous game I've played of this series, the only other game that I've played of this series, but, you know, it's still kind of okay in the end, I would say. In its current state, it is okay, especially online, as we are hotting up the pressure on first. As always, goes a bit wide, we're carrying the speed, touching the tyres into the final complex of corners. Can we take the lead at the last as we go through the final jump? He's whipped it a bit, he's lost some momentum. We try for first, but we come in second. Even though the game says we were first, that's actually our distance back from first place in the end. Less than half a second, and we did our fastest lap on the final lap. As we were about a minute there, I shave a couple seconds off by the end of my run. I say it was in the 58s or even 57s in the faster bikes. So this is the first MX Bikers. That was a nice finish there by that guy, landing on his back, probably broken it. His rider there has. There's the podium, and here's the end of this weekly sprint. Actually get some medals, but I hope you have enjoyed this. Might even be back with more MX versus ATV in this kind of weekly sprint run, but I think it's GTA next. So I hope you enjoyed this race. If you look at the achievements that we did, we got past the most. Let's not look at it then. So out for watching, and I will see you next time.